Hi everyone, and welcome back to chapter 2 of Margaret's memoirs. I have all the signatures sewn in. I chose to do 3 signatures of 5 pages each, so you can see that they're all sewn in. I want to cover the spine though, because that will help secure all the pages. Now, I know a lot of people do these in different orders. This is just the order I'm choosing to do this. When I make books, I don't always make them the same way. Sometimes I do the cover first and then sew in the signatures. Sometimes I decorate all the pages before I sew in the signatures. This time, because this is a process video, I'm sewing in the signatures first, so that's been done. And then I want to cover this to help secure it. Now, if you saw yesterday, you saw that I made my own paste because I'm trying to use more or less what somebody in the late 1800s would have had. So I have my paste here. It's kind of lumpy. I think that's just true whenever you're working with real flour. I like to say flour has gluten in it, hence glue. And so what I'm going to do is just stack this up here. And what I've chosen, I have this fabric. And this fabric is really beautiful. I'll grab more of it here. So this has thin stripes and large stripes in it. So I thought this was great because I can use the thin stripes kind of like lace. Normally I would probably put lace over this, but with my restrictions and how little options I had, I chose this fabric specifically because it looked like lace. So this is gonna be an experiment. I'm not sure how paste is going to work. Let's just spread some on and see if we can get it to stick. Because this is what they used to use even to put up wallpaper with. So theoretically, this is going to work. We'll see. I may regret this. We'll see. So anyway, the way I made my paste is I took a half cup of flour, a half cup of water, and I threw a bunch of salt in because I don't want my paste to mold. So we're going to just press this part down. And now that I've got that part pressed down, let's see if I've kind of got it even. Ooh, this is pretty darn sticky stuff. So I'm trying to make sure it's kind of even all the way down, and perfect, that is. So now I want to wrap this around. So I'm going to take just a wee bit and we're going to run it along the edge of the fabric here. And also trying to get it down into a little bit more onto the spine, but I mostly want to get this along the edge of the fabric here. So wrapping that around, let's see if we can make it stick on the other side. Now I imagine, even though I live in Colorado and it's very dry here, I imagine this is going to take some time to dry. So once I get done with all of these parts, you'll need to probably come back for my next video. Just applying this all the way down. I'm not shooting for perfection. Remember, this is being done on a tropical island, which today it feels like a tropical island here in Colorado. It's going to be a high in the 70s. So we've got a gorgeous day ahead of us, or maybe 69. I live further higher up in elevation. My elevation, I live above 7,000 feet. I'm out in the high plains area. So I live further out than most people. This looks like this is gonna stick. All right, I love that. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do is probably come back and just trim these shorter and then fray the edges. Now for the cover, I wanted to use a piece of this fabric with this digital copy. So I'm using Nick the Booksmith's Milady's Desk. That is a digital printout. So I want to put this on here. So my great debate is, do I put it with the whole thing, or do I only want part of this fabric that just frames this real nicely? I think I'm going to go with applying this to the whole thing. So what I'm going to do, This time, instead of trying to apply it to the cardboard, we're just going to go onto the fabric real quickly. And then my plan is to actually do this on the back side as well. Just trying to keep these videos really, really short. Wow, this paste is not as lumpy as I thought it was going to be. I think it somehow smoothed out during the night. Maybe, I don't know. And I know Nick said that I could use a brush. I'm just using my fingers because I didn't want to do anything that might not work. But this is not PVA. This is not Mod Podge. I've always pronounced that Mod Podge. Am I the only one out there? So this is kind of, if you've ever made piñatas when you were younger or even still make them, this is kind of that consistency of that either Mod Podge or this is the paste you would make for, oh, I forget what it's called. It's where you lay layers and layers and layers of paper on. I definitely need a paper towel real quick. Went and grabbed that. So I am just going to lay this on here for now, and I will probably come back and cut off again, leaving the top and bottom. So let's see if I can get this in frame. This is pretty darn sticky stuff. I'm impressed. So the hope is that with all the salt in this, it will not mold. And I think once it's dry, the chance of molding is even less. Plus, I live in Colorado. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to the back side as well. But I want to take a moment. I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece on too. I think I may come back also later and sew some of this because I love the look of just sewing on top of things. So I may sew this down better, but just kind of getting the paste all over that. And you can see the paper is starting to curl a little bit. That's because the water is expanding this side. So hopefully I can get this down and it will all stick. But let's put this on top, and I am just going to hold that for a little bit. So the next chapter will be actually, oops, that's not straight. There we go. Now it's on there a little bit better. That's where it's really important to go back and look at things and make sure things are sticking right. So my next chapter will be going in probably, I will get the back piece like this put on. I will also probably I'm using these strips for the ties, and I actually think I'm going to sew those on as well. So I will have all of that done when you come back next time for the next chapter. We will begin decorating the inside of the book. Until then, have a great day.